What's up, guys? Welcome back to ChiefCon TV. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. Today I want to cover a huge change that the Navy just released to one of their incentives, and that has to do with the LRP, or the Loan Repayment Program. But as always, if you like this channel, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at NCCCon, and give it a big thumbs up. Okay, let's talk about the LRP. The LRP is a loan repayment program where the Navy will help pay up to not help pay, but the Navy will pay up to $65,000 of your student loans. Before, only one or two rates used to qualify for it. Now they opened it up to a bunch of new rates. I'm going to read all the rates off. I have the message right here. I wanted to print it out. I'm going to read from it right from the message because I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, so let's start. LRP policy. This message replaces reference A for any future sailors initially classified or reclassified on or after the release date of this Gen Admin. So what does that mean? This was released on the 25th. So if you joined after the 25th, you qualify for it. If you're in a rate that doesn't qualify for it now, but then you cross rate into it, now you qualify for it. Okay. Active component enlisted LRP eligibility. These are the rates that qualify. Participants in the following ratings are eligible for LRP if they enter active duty on or before May 31st, 2020. So you have to ship to boot camp prior to May 31st, 2020. These are the rates that qualify. Nuke, Air, EOD, ND, SB, SO, CTI, IT, ITS, ITSG, MT, that's Mike Tango, SECF, IS, AECF, AV, CTM, that's Charlie Tango Mike, CTN, Charlie Tango November. A little bit of phonetic alphabet for you guys. All right, we'll do another one. We'll do another video about phonetic alphabet later. CTR, CTT, that's CTT AEF, CTT SG, STG. Then it says participants in the MUSG rating are eligible for LRP if they enter and ship in any month of any fiscal year. Next, it says LRP is payable and earned upon years of service. Upon request by sailor, payments occur annually for the first 3 years of active duty. LRP may be combined with all eligible EB types. That is huge. Before, you were not able to combine enlistment bonuses with a loan repayment program. Now, you can come in and qualify up to a $40,000 enlistment bonus and then also have your loans paid off. So that's a huge change right there. Post-accession policy, all sailors with LRP under contract, regardless of DEP date or ADSD or active duty service date, are eligible. The sailor must enter active component and have LRP listed as a guarantee in their current annex to DD Form 4. Okay, that's something else really big. LRP isn't something that we're just going to put into your contract. We need a lot of stuff for it. We need statements, we need account numbers, we need how much money do you owe where, we need what accounts you have open to what loan programs. If your recruiter doesn't say anything about an LRP, don't just think we're going to put it in your contract. There's a lot of work that both you and your recruiter have to do to become eligible for it. So make sure you do that work. Okay, so that's LRP. We're going to pay up to $65,000. And on top of that, we're going to give you an enlistment bonus. And I'll talk about the enlistment bonus later. So another thing that I wanted to cover with this, though, is should you take LRP? And this one is really like personal preference if you should take it or not. And, you guys should take it, however you want. It's ultimately your decision. I would say if you have $20,000 or less in loans, I probably wouldn't take LRP, and this is why. If you take LRP for your first enlistment, you do not get the GI Bill. All right, so you actually, I don't want to say forfeit your GI Bill, but yeah, it's kind of like forfeiting your GI Bill for your first enlistment if you take the LRP, or part of your enlistment. So, if your enlistment is 4 years, you will not get the GI Bill. If your enlistment is 6 years, you might have to extend for 1 more year, or on your 3rd year, you buy into the GI Bill after your loan is paid off. All right, so for your first enlistment, most of the time, depending on how long your first contract is, if you take LRP, you forfeit your GI Bill. So let's think about numbers here, right? The GI Bill with BAH, money for supplies, money for school, with all of that stuff combined, is worth a whole lot more than your $20,000 student loan, right? So that's just me. That's what I would do. I would not take the LRP, and I would just stick with, the GI Bill and keep the GI Bill. But again, that's only personal preference. Here's another thing. If you have $20,000 or less, most of these jobs qualify for an enlistment bonus. You can, and again, you could double up, right, if you wanted to, but if you don't want to, and you want the GI Bill, you can take that enlistment bonus that you're going to receive, remember, up to 40 grand, and pay off your student loan. All right, so that's another thing. That's two now. The third reason, or the third thing to think about when, debating if you want to take this LRP or not. The day you enter active duty, you can defer your student loans. So you don't have to make any payments. You'll most likely deploy at some point. You might go to a tax-free zone. You might earn special pays like flight deck pay, sea pay, submarine pay. All of that stuff adds up. And again, $20,000 or less, there's a very good chance, if you're smart with your money and you budget properly, that you could pay off that loan prior to you joining. All right. But if you have anything over 20 grand, I would take the LRP, because that will probably take you a long time to pay off. So what do we cover? We covered the rates that are eligible for LRP, how much you're going to get, when you need to go to boot camp by, my personal preference if you should take the LRP or not, and that's really it. I think we covered a couple more things, but anyway. So think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram at NCCCon. I'll follow you guys back. Stay tuned for more videos.